Hey, in this one I wanted to cover conversion functions in C++, which are very similar to constructors with one argument. So you probably know that, for example, here I have a struct foo, which has a constructor which takes only one element of type int, and C++ has the somewhat unfortunate behavior that it will implicitly convert it. So here my function hello takes a foo, but if I pass it an integer, it will work, and basically it will call this constructor under the hood. And this is why a lot of compiler warnings or linter scream at you when you do this, and it is generally nice to have them marked the constructor that have one parameter as explicit, which basically gives you this compiler error, and now you need to explicitly construct your object, and you can see it in the code that you have constructed something and called a constructor. And there is a thing called a conversion function which allow you to do the other thing. So they allow you to come from your object to another type. And so the syntax for this is operator. Then you specify a type. So let's say in my case int, because well, I already have an int, why not? Then parentheses, and then you return the type. And so in my case it will be a, like so, but I mean you could return anything you want. And so this means that now if my function hello, instead of taking a foo, it will take an int, let's say. It will take the int x, and we will change it to print x, like so. And so if I call here foo, if I now have an object, let's say foo, which contains 42, now if I pass without the operator, of course, it doesn't work, there's an error, but now if I have the int operator, you see that my foo object can get implicitly converted to an integer. And this works with any type. So I could do a boolean, and this would just be like, let's say I would have this, and then if my function took a boolean instead, like so, and I commented this one out, you could see that it works. It converted the foo indirectly to a boolean. This is used, for example, in std optional, or I think the unique pointers and so on overwrite the operator bool to check if there is a value inside of them or stuff like that. And you would be right if you thought that you shouldn't use this for the most part, because again, implicit conversions are a bit tricky to deal with. You don't directly see it in the code that you're doing something or calling a function when that's what you're doing. But yeah, in my case, I've used them sometimes because at work, because we had like some magic integer value that that were used like all over the code, and I wanted to wrap them in a class. And yeah, modifying like 100 lines of code everywhere to do the conversion explicitly would have been annoying. So with this kind of operator int, in my case, it was easy to have the nice part where I had the class, but also be still backward compatible with an integer. And so yeah, that's basically all there is to know about, most of what there is to know about the conversion operator. Know that you can also make those explicit, which kind of seem like it defeats the purpose, but if you make them explicit, it will of course, as you'd expect, give you a compilation error. And now what you can do is use a static cast to cast it explicitly, like so. And this works, and this will call your operator. So this actually I didn't knew before this video, and I think I might start using it. I've never seen it used, but seem kind of nice too, because oftentimes you have like let's say and you have a toString method to like stringify your object, or you have a to another class. This is often what I did so far when I wanted to convert from an object to another. You just have some method, but I don't know, using the built-in static cast mechanism seems a bit more idiomatic. I'm not 100% sure, but Anyway, you can make them explicit, and if you can make them explicit, I would do that if I were you. So yeah, that's basically all. I've also read that if let's say I have a structure bar which also implements like the bar from foo something. If there is basically like two something like this. Basically, if now you're converting a foo to a bar, and let's say I would have an operator bar like so. If there is an operator, a conversion function, and an implicit constructor like this, it will generally prefer the implicit constructor. So yeah, I doubt you will run often in this situation, but that's what happens. Anyhow, that's all I've got for this one, and see you.